joder.
To enjoy the clear, cold days of winter, when the earth is buried under its glistening blanket of snow.
Hello?
Well, that's interesting. Okay, well, thanks to everybody who's dropped in. I've been muted right since the very start of stream because I realized I forgot to put my mic in front of me. So, yeah. Thank you for catching that. I think the closed captions work. Morning, Fantastic Sherlock
Hello
Fox.
there.
I am very much on my left foot today, and that's throwing me a good bit, but no surprise there. And thank you to anybody who may be lurking. Today's plan is that we're going to be doing some copper mining, so I need my toolbox. Oh, I've actually gone up to efficiency 4 picks with a little bit more thoughtlessness into it, so I can just go right ahead and silk touch. I was working with one off camera that did not have silk touch on it and had to keep coming back, so hopefully this will be a little more effective. Let's see, I've got food, extra books, sure. Okay, great. So I think that's good for the emergency toolbox. Put that away. What's this? Oh, right, that's the junk box. Okay, I think we've got everything. I just realized. Kind of dumb. Oh no, I have a crafting table. Okay, we're okay. So if anybody needs to lurk and stuff, that's fine. Today's going to be a fairly chill stream. Where am I going here? If you catch me feeling a little, or acting a little distracted and out of sorts. Ooh. Well, I guess that's one advantage to having a twin, but no, I understand that's not appropriate at all. Your stress test is one that's seriously important, so yeah. So I've created a new entrance to the mine. I don't really need to actually go down through the, what do you call it, little ravine hole that I had before. And, oh, I know why I came back up. I came back because I had yet again, had no torches. Where did I put all of the, no, not there. Probably inorganic. Yeah. That's one thing I didn't put in my toolbox is torches, so I need to figure out. I got a little coal ore. Now the reason, it's funny because I don't really need it, but the reason I keep picking it up is I was discovering that copper veins seem to be hiding fairly close to coal veins. So therefore, if I dig out the coal vein, then I'm actually seeming to have more luck finding the copper. I mean, for those of you that are already familiar with that feature, apologies for repeating things that you already know. For those of you that's brand new, thank you for being what's the word, patient with that. So basically, if you catch me being distracted, long story made short, I'm very excited about trying something new. I mean, I'm enjoying the vanilla, but this copper grind is going to be kind of crazy. So the copper grind is going to be a little crazy because, of course, I just need a lot of it. And then I also need to get some wax. And I had a bunch, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be enough. So I need to go to the shopping district and see about either more wax or more bees. I mean, I know the bees are a temporary purchase just because they tend to despawn around here. So that would be kind of silly unless I AFK for them, because they tend to stick around when you AFK, right? It's all loaded and such. But I've got that to go. Anyways, where I was going with this, distraction, SETI, squirrel, etc., is I was all excited about Vault Hunters. I'm still sort of excited, I guess. But I will be perfectly upfront, and for those of you that have been watching on Twitter, I've had a bit of an anxiety freak out yesterday and today. Yes, exactly. Squirrel! Do I have the... Oh, no, didn't put that one in there. So, basically what has happened is I've watched a lot of Vault Hunters, the old version, but they've overhauled the mod pack quite a lot, which basically, from my point of view, puts me back to square one. And so I've watched a bunch of the old stuff. I watched some of the people doing the new stuff, but never quite managed to catch day one with anyone that doesn't know enough of what they're doing to rocket through it. The other thing was that I've signed up to play on an SMP, which is cool, but it's always, as an introvert with confidence issues, it's always a challenge for me to learn the new culture of a server and the people in it and stuff. So yeah, I have not been into the voice channels yet for that server, but I popped on yesterday intending to go look for a base, and long story made short, I scared myself quite badly. I know it sounds really cheesy, but it is about as cheesy as it sounds. Acacia, there we go. Oops, wrong one. So, yeah, chickened out. Don't know what I'm going to do about that yet. I need to figure it out. I'll probably do some of that after stream, just to some figuring out what I'm up to. But it was a weird experience, very, very weird experience. We don't need that much wood. So anyway, I'm hoping Vault Hunters will happen. At this point, I don't really know, to be honest with you. Part of it is that I'm one of those ones that the community on the Dadcraft SMPs are really, really awesome, supportive people. And people that are fairly new to Minecraft have played on here, as well as those that are fairly experienced. And just a lot of it was simply, me not necessarily having put two and two together in terms of how the community operates and what you can touch and what you can't when it's already starting. And that's fair. I'm not saying people shouldn't do that. That's totally not where I'm going. Where I was intending to go with that thought was... Sorry, scrolling. Where I was intending to go with that thought was that I just hadn't connected properly to know... I should say I just, because I don't really know what I have to do. But I had not connected properly to figure out what I was expected to take on. So, yeah. Oh, sorry, Fantastic Sherlock Fox. I guess I didn't go into that. Not audibly, but in any case, we're going to go do some more copper hunting. I've figured out that I still need way more than this, even if I try and thin out the new statue a little bit, so there's going to be a little less definition in terms of there's no arms and pipe and that kind of thing that there was with Sherlock Holmes. But I'm going to need way more copper. Plus, I'm pretty certain I have a good amount of wax, but probably not enough. I don't even know if I have this much wax. So we'll probably need a trip to the spawn market in probably the beginning of the second half of the stream, if I find the halfway point. And we'll either pick up some bees or see what the pricing is on the wax out there, and see if anybody out there happens to have anything else super useful. But that's where we're going to start. I can probably put away this pick because I don't need it. That was the... Yeah. You may not have missed things. You have not missed things. I actually probably said it while my microphone was muted, which has been quite a long time. Although that would be the second time in a week, so it's not not new. So you can see that we've got through all the cats. Strangely enough, actually, there are 32 cats there. I only needed 31, but I was wandering out in the fields and I went, wait a minute, there's a cat in the wheat, sitting in the wheat here. I thought I had sat all of them down in the building, and turns out the cat that was sitting in the wheat was definitely tamed. Must have done that ages ago, but he'd been sitting there for I don't know how long, maybe a couple of months in human time. So yeah, the poor cat had been there the whole time, and I never knew he was there, named him or anything. So yeah, oopsie daisy. So I figured I'd at least bring him back to the buildings. He's tamed anyways. And it turns out it's one of the designs I don't have. So that's another reason not to just simply show him this spicy hot tub of orange and get rid of him. It's not a whole lot of point to that. Oh, I guess that was the end. Okay. I know I've got twice as many torches here as I really need. It's more of a habit than anything else. But it also makes it so that hopefully you guys can see a little better as well. Looking at base themes, I'm still thinking for next season, when there ever is next season, the Dadcraft server will probably be... Oops, wrong one. Will probably be themed in still... Hey Neon, how are you doing today?
Hello.
Next season's theme will probably, or base theme will probably still be a somewhat medieval village based on Shrewsbury, England for the Brother Cadfile series. I think I'm done with the cats, at least for now. Ooh. Everybody's dealing with banking and insurance and stuff today. Quite the day for it. So yeah, next season's theme will probably be that. Depending on where I manage to call home on whatever, if the Vault Hunters thing happens, depending on where I manage to call home, I was originally planning to go with a theme based on nursery rhymes. I thought that would be kind of fun, because I'd never done something like that before. I probably will reassess that, just because, not just that the Vault Hunter stuff is more modern, in terms of how the, what's the word? Like all the mods and stuff. I hope it's not the employee you and I were talking about on the weekend. That would just stink. But in any case... So yeah, I was thinking about base themes there, and I was going to go with that. But I did pull a copy of the seed and fly around a bit. Now, assuming that it generates the same on the SMP that I was signed to, but that I've joined. Sorry, I can't even talk straight. It's got me rattled. Assuming that it generates the same, I found out that I might be better off to try potentially working on a pirate theme for a change. There's a lot of very mountainous regions, but then that also involves lakes and bays. So with a little bit of extra digging out and terraforming, I could actually make a nice little sort of semi-Pirates of the Caribbean theme. I haven't done that before either, so it would be very much of an interpretive thing. But it would give me opportunities. It doesn't explain the newness, like in dealing with mods and stuff. On the other hand, there are some mod looks that I can keep somewhat basic, which might work well theme-wise. So we'll just have to see how things go. I mean, the big key is figuring out how to play. So it's a lot of playing it by ears. Well, at least it's one of those topics that just about every kid in England and in Europe and North America has had some exposure to the concept of, pirates with the flags and the whole 9 yards, and the boats and the, like that sort of Johnny Depp style look, or similar. Just about every kid's had experience with that, so it's not something unusual. Modern piracy is a very different beast, and it's not something I'm going to get into style-wise, because strangely enough, sometimes you can't tell the difference between modern piracy in the news videos versus like people on the run as a part of drug cartels, and they're trying to get away in their like cigarette boats and stuff. You can't necessarily tell the difference. So I go with the more stereotype books classical look. And the other thing, is the reality is probably going to be more of a modern take, as in like powered units and stuff like that, but more of a modern take on. I was going to say Swiss Family Robinson, but that wouldn't be quite right. Maybe a cross between Swiss Family Robinson and Robinson Crusoe, with a serious dash of 22nd century Tom Sawyer thrown in, I guess. And maybe that's another research idea now. It just occurred to me is potentially going with something along the lines of what was it? Oh, I'm trying to remember what it's called. It's like Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century. But yeah, Sir, I'd like some more. Some more what? Some more of everything. Sorry, that was pretty bad. So on that, thank you for that derail note, actually. It was funny, I was having some of those songs going through. I was going through some of my backlog music list, and I have my personal Spotify account, I have not preloaded, should I say, bookmarked quite a lot of musical stuff, to the point where, unfortunately, my family is getting stuck with, like, karaoke editions of my favorite musicals. That's what I do when I'm in the car by myself. And so it works into our family blend based off of what everybody's been listening to. My husband was commenting just the other day that his playlist seems to have a disproportionate quantity of Enya. I mean, we both like Enya. And now that we've introduced our kids to it, they absolutely love Enya, and that's their bedtime music. But the thing is, our two kids, although they've got their own Spotify account, the Google Home can't tell the difference between their voices very effectively, particularly when they're tired at night. My daughter's usually bubbly, and my son is usually lower pitched, but it really can't tell the difference most days. So my husband's been using his account to start up one of their two Google Home speakers in their bedroom, and then the kid uses theirs for the other account, or for the other speaker set. But the resulting effect is that it's, well, frankly, poisoned Fantastic Sherlock Fox's personal playlist of recommended stuff, because it's starting to put in an awful lot of Enya. Not quite his cup of tea to the extent that it's adding it. You know, it's good enough music, but yeah, there's times where we don't need that. Actually, it would make far more sense to put it on my list, but I just never think about it, and I usually tuck the kids in second. And that's if at all. Lately I've been doing that, but tucking them in really, really late, I guess, and they're not actually even necessarily tucked in, they're more hugged after they're asleep. Just because I've been finding a lot of Twitch streamers I really enjoy. I shouldn't be staying up as late as I am, but definitely shouldn't be hugging the kids, you know, when I come to bed at like 1:30 in the morning. It's not a smart move. Okay, let's put copper on the bar so that I actually see how much I've got. And this flint is kind of a waste. Let's put it up there. There we go. That should do for now. So we won't be doing this the whole stream, because that's about as exciting for me as it is for you. But we're not doing too bad so far. Moving down by one block, so I was, I think I started at 48, I think. Anyways, and it turned out that being at 47, with like 47 on this level and 48 on this level, is more effective. At least in the way I mine. It seems to be more effective. I don't actually do the calculation on the stats to see my efficiency. I just go with what I can. And a lot of it is, does it feel like I'm getting a bunch? Or does it feel like I'm going forever until I find the next vein? Oh, whoops, hang on a second here. Escape. Options. Bounds. Don't need those. There we go. Just realized the subtitles are in behind my head, which doesn't help anybody. One of the things I'm very excited to do later this week is an upgrade to my stream setup. Physical upgrade to my stream setup. We've talked a bunch off and on about how motion sickness does creep in for me fairly easily. One of the things that is a problem is, of course, I can't sit. Like, I've got a dual monitor set up right now, so it makes it difficult for me to sit straight in front of the monitor. So that's going to affect things a little bit. I try to get the angle correct to look at it directly, but it doesn't always work. So that's one piece, and the other part of it is I'm not particularly sure what the refresh rate on these monitors is. They're not all that new. I think it's like a 60 hertz monitor, so that's less than half of what a lot of the good ones are these days. So we found ourselves I'm going to call it a smokin' deal for Black Friday, and I got myself, I didn't say I got, Fantastic Sherlock Fox did the research to find out it was a good unit. And we've picked up, I'm just looking over my shoulder here, we've picked up a BenQ monitor. It's a Mobius monitor, one of their gaming ones. the EX2710Q. So yeah, it's a 27-inch monitor. It's huge, but it's like a 1440 monitor, 1440p, with like 160 something hertz refresh rate. So I'll still need to play around with field of view, but as far as the potential artifacts when things move, or the viewing angle is huge, but also it's going to be the center of a triple monitor setup where my two current ones are going to be going vertical on the sides, and then that one's going to stay horizontal in the middle and be my main gaming screen. So while it sounds frankly lush, and it is, I think that might help with some of the motion sickness issues I was having. Because if I start playing something higher speed like Vault Hunters, then I really will need to A, get a move on, but B, it can't always necessarily stop if something's making me slightly woozy. So, yeah. Okay. Apparently there's a bit of a tunnel here. It's not high enough for anything really to spawn, but let's just throw one in there just in case. But I'm definitely looking forward to that. And so the result of that is I needed to we needed to order a new monitor stand for the whole setup, because it's just, I've got a dual head monitor stand, but there isn't a capacity for it to have a single one fitting in the middle. So we need to get a new one of those. Yeah, but looking forward to that. And it's got some pretty good sound built in, but I think I'm going to keep my external speakers because they're nice. I mean, one of the things I like about the external speakers I've got is, aside from a dedicated subwoofer at a 2.1 sort of thing, I've got a button that I can use from the other desk in my room. Because this is a combined craft room and random crafting room and mostly computers room, which means that I've got another desk in here. And it's nice to be able to have a little Bluetooth hockey puck that sits across the room and can control the volume or change tracks or whatever on the music that I'm listening to. So that's one of the reasons I think I'm going to keep the other speakers. But my kids had a funny adventure this weekend. I shouldn't say funny, but I was playing and mining for some copper, and when I'm down here I really don't usually care what the weather's like outside, or what time it is in the game or anything like that. So we had ourselves a thunderstorm, and I had my subwoofer up against the wall, and the kids were watching something. And apparently when a thunderstorm hits in Minecraft, not only do I hear it quite well, the kids were in another room trying to watch a show, and they heard it. And my husband says that he heard it 2 floors up in our house. Like, oh, whoops. I don't usually play my sounds that loud, but the bass was definitely carrying. As I mentioned earlier, I don't really need the coal at this point for anything other than torches. That's why I had so much in storage. But sometimes if I dig this out, I may find a copper vein on the far side of it. Now, usually when it's over my head, it's unlikely. But it's one of those things where my gut says, if you don't do it, it'll be the... There you go, see? If I don't do it, it'll be the one time that there was a copper vein. And there it is. I really don't need to fill these gaps up, but part of it is its habit. Part of it is that I just have enough stone kicking around that, and I have a generator, so that I really don't need this much in storage, and it's an easy way to dump it. The other thing is if I leave it solid in behind, then I'm fairly certain that I'm not going to get mobs that do spawn running into the caverns and stuff that I can't deal with. That's another reason I don't dig 3 high in most places. It's just that I don't have any interest whatsoever in surprisingly running into an Enderman if I'm coming down for something else later on. More copper! Woo! As you can imagine, when I was working a little bit last week in the evenings about doing some more of this mining, trying to get it even further, I definitely was a little annoyed a couple of times that I managed to, not silk touch stuff, and so that way I completely lost the opportunity to fortune for more copper. Because really useful. Alright. One of the problems with big projects is you spend so much time actually doing the collection part of it. The SMPs are fantastic in that respect because they're just about everything you could possibly think of. Somebody has decided that they're going to try and sell it. So if one has a source of income on the server, such as diamonds or something but I've got a bookshop which has petered out, but I don't really mind. I've got a few diamonds in storage, not a ton, but a few. I have not recently mined down for more. I could, but I just haven't. But suffice to say, suffice to say that when you're on SMP, just about everything is for sale by somebody. Partly because there are some people that just love to get on and mine, and that's basically just about all they do. And that's great. Same sort of thing with people who just love to get the materials and make stuff, and then sell the made things like redstone components or whatever. And that's fantastic, because then when there are things like this that I would like, I can draw the line at some point and hope that somebody else has already gone for it. Even though I prefer, when I can, the satisfaction of getting it myself, there's a point at which if it takes too long, I just go, no, just buy it. It's kind of like when you think about hiring people at home for doing, say, plumbing or something like that. There's a lot of people that know how to, we'll say, like, there's people that, know how to change or repair the toilet plunger in their, the float mechanism in their toilet tank. There's a lot of people that know how to handle that. That's not a problem. They can do that. They can DIY that. They just end up at, their Home Depot or something and buy the part and off you go. Then, when it comes to things that are a little more complicated, I guess, more, the ins and outs of actually replacing your own toilet. If you wanted a different style or something like that, like say you went low flush or something. Low water use flush, I mean. It'd be weird otherwise. But there's people that, some will do it themselves. Some people know how to do it themselves. That's fine. But there's times where I kind of go, to make sure I do it right and don't end up with leaks all over the place or something, it might just be wiser for me to hire a professional because they know what they're doing. And that's kind of how I feel about things like redstone in Minecraft. And sometimes the mining for really annoying stuff. I can spend hours doing it at the rates that I can handle, because I overmine like crazy when I have really busy, really efficient picks and stuff. And I have got myself super duper distracted. I don't have any clue where I'm at. Wow. Okay, yep, I overshot. Just a little. Okay. Whatever. Where am I here? 82, okay. So, yeah, but sometimes I go, there's times when it's just worth hiring the professional. Let's just put one up here. So I did something dumb. Okay. We may go over there eventually, but I don't need to right now. Did I? Oh, I see what I did. Okay. Just quickly note roughly where that is, and that's it's okay. 25-30. And this other shortcut is roughly 16. Standing at I've got a couple of shortcuts through this thing, and I haven't actually put the shortcuts in at the other end. So I just need to remember to do that. Anyways, get back to it. Alright. 1, 2, this one. Yeah, there we go. Now, with having an iron farm, I really don't need the iron ore either, but I like it because my assumption is at some point I may want to use it as like a wall pattern or something like that. Assuming I have enough at that point. Because I most of the time won't, but yeah, there she goes. No, we're not doing half bad, actually. More than a stack already. Now that I've said that, I probably curse myself, but I don't really care. Pardon me, sorry. I was looking around because I normally have my water bottle in here, and I thought, oh, well, I'm not going to stress about it this morning because I've got coffee, and then I don't have coffee, and the reason for that is I finished my first cup before I came down, since I actually did not oversleep this week. Hurrah, hurrah. And went to pour myself a second cup of coffee. Did a dumb, I guess. Started with the milk and used it to cool the container, which should be fine. You know, normally, like I've done that before. Put in a little bit of milk at the bottom and swish it all around the thing to help cool the metal that had been there. And put the coffee in, and it promptly curdled everything. Milk seems fine as far as I can tell. So I just couldn't bring myself to the second one. I just didn't want to try again. I mean, I poured out the first one after it curdled, and couldn't bring myself to try again to see whether or not it was that. It was one of those things where the interest wasn't there. And yeah. So I did not. So what did I want? 5:30. 30. Oh, nope. Misjudged. Or no, actually maybe I didn't. I just didn't go through deep enough. Yeah, okay. There we go, that's better. That's one of my shortcuts to be able to get up. So yeah, at some point here I'm going to need to hop out and go grab my water bottle from the other room. Is on this floor. And no, Fantastic Sherlock Fox, if you heard this, I do not want you to hop off your call and drop my water bottle in the room. I can get it myself, that's fine. We're doing well enough on the copper that it would be a good excuse to go upstairs and start smelting this stuff. Really should actually probably take one of these branches and go down to diamond level and basically start again, but looking at diamonds. I just could not this morning remember where it was, and since I have a few diamonds in storage, I'm just a little bit too lazy. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Where are we here? Okay. So I'm hoping where everybody is, that it hasn't actually totally frozen HE double hockey sticks over in their area. It has over here. This morning, when my kids were going to school, it was minus 19 Celsius before you add the wind chill on. So the wind chill factor makes it notably colder. And I felt quite bad for them. They were complaining about it yesterday because their faces got cold. And I said, well, what did you do with your face masks? Following the leader, the leader, the leader. Oh! Hey, Zero! Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Thank you very much for the follow. I would really appreciate that. Apparently it's time for me to dump things. Okay, I've got full stacks. We're good. I like to get rid of the full stacks of things and not the incomplete ones, just because it makes it easier for me to track what's going on and things will stack onto them, so that also means less mess. Visually, I have to swap this one. I'll put the dirt on the end, why not? And that one can go... Right. I have a cat in here? Interesting. Let's just make sure you're not one of the named ones. Nope, you're running. That's good. Okay, fine. I don't care. I do not need more cats. Pick up the mess. Excellent. Stack of 64 already. Alright, here we go. As some of you may have noticed, actually, and I should probably just deal with it, I've made it to 125 of my 120 follower goal, but we always want to push that a little bit higher because it's a motivator for me as well, just to think even that I have possibly made enough interesting content that 120 people thought I was interesting. So time to tag that a little bit higher. Can I do that from here? Let's see what I've got. Usages, bans, predictions. I can't find it today. Why can I not find this today? Okay, let's go over here. What am I looking for? This. Sorry, just dragging my feet a little bit. I apologize. And this. There we go. Mod view. Where is my cheaty spots? Nope, that's predictions. If I can't find it, I can't find it. I'm not too fussed. But I'll just put one more shot. Nope. I don't know what I did with it. I do not know what I did with it. That's okay. Ah, there we go. Yeah, I found it. Yeah, later. Something. There we go. Okay, so in that one. What have we got? Why don't we push that? So you can see a minor update to it, nothing too exciting there. All right. Okay, so where was I here? So dig out the floor because you never know. I will admit, I thought about using, oh, there we go again. See, it worked. I thought about using coal as a flooring material. I might in coal blocks. That actually looks kind of cool, almost like a polished look. Or looks cool to me anyways. But it does not work very well in its ore form. I will say the coal as an ore, I find to be really awfully ugly. But maybe that's the intent, because I mean coal itself is sort of an ugly unenvironmental product. This one, there we go. Not doing too bad at a stack of 19. Okay. I've been really enjoying the Electro Swing list from Oddchap. I'm playing that through Spotify, and I was really wishing I could find more Electro Swing that would be allowed. Ooh. Oh, that's what that is. I'm trying to figure out where it was. Now I know. There we go. Let's see, what can I reach? This. One of the reasons I don't usually leave gaps open that are dark enough. One of the reasons I don't usually leave gaps open is that I don't usually react fast enough. Sounds kind of crazy, but I don't usually react fast enough to deal with baby zombies all that effectively, particularly when they surprise me. So I'm working on that. But yeah. Oh, that could explain why I'm not seeing much. I'm like, what happened to the light? Well, the light... I made a light box and left it behind. Are you serious? Air torches, sure. That's the emergency box, but oh well. Shaking my head. Oh, shush. So while I'm here, I might as well put away anything else that ended up 64. This one. Where I was going with this is the reason I don't usually leave one high gaps around is that, as I said, I don't move fast enough for the baby zombies when they surprise me. So I end up dead. And, you know, dead's not high on my list. Tonight, in spite of my itch for trying to figure out Vault Hunters, I will probably stick to my usual pattern and go with bingo. I really enjoy that as well, so I don't see any need to change that pattern at the moment. Now, I mean, there may be some stuff that's kind of grindy in Vault Hunters that is worth doing on stream a bit more, like as in having extra streams, but we'll just, as I said, we'll have to see, because the more I talk about it, the more I kind of go, I don't know. So, gotta get my head out of that hole as quickly as possible, but sticking to routine is one of those things that should help. Besides, why not see if I can build on last week, where I actually managed to with your help, get to probably a personal best in the style of Minecraft I was playing. So we made, I think it was all but 4 items in our approximately 55-minute time, and that was really nice. So maybe I can improve on that. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just get to that point again, but sooner. Who knows? Maybe, I mean, even if we have a bad week, it's still worth playing to find out. Okay, so we've got about 5 minutes left of this, and then I'm going to run up to the top level and portion it all up and get it smelting, just so that when I'm around base it can actually be doing that. Oh, and this may be the end of the line? Maybe, oh, maybe... Come on, stop pushing. Oh, that's not what I want. That. A few more. This is going to... Actually, that's going to wash away, so let's just not put that there yet. Okay. Oops. 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, and you can hear that there's a thunderstorm outside. Really? Ooh. Alrighty, well, let's just put one of these down here. No, not that. This one. And if I go back up, chicken blocks. There's no need to dig down there. I said chicken blocks. Just for those of you that are curious, if I was going into like Vault Hunters or something and mining things, yeah, I'm not putting things in there. Maybe in the main world we'll see, but yeah, I doubt it. Okay, where are we? Pardon me. Wow. Come on. That's noisy. I've got positional in my earbuds right now, so that's really noisy. Let's see. Just came this one, we're gonna go that one, so it's 1, 2, 3. Come on. 1, 2. I like to prepare this one in advance, so when you hit the end, you know, right? Just a little bit of material. Yay! Shouldn't be that pleased, but getting just a few more right before the top of the hour is always welcome. Oh. Right. This up there. Switch these two or I'll make a mistake. Ew. Yeah, I don't like the sound of that spot. Oh well. Come on. Get me through it. No. Water, I want. Thank you. Huh? Haha! No, thank you. And we... Wrong one. How far am I from... Shoot, I'm nowhere near one of my cutoff points. Okay. Move. Everybody says it's so much faster with the beacon. Well, it is, definitely. Problem is the beacon up top is not reaching here. I think. Yeah, so I'm down here. The beacon's over there, so I have to move it at some point. Probably up to this plateau would probably be a good spot. I think. Maybe down here might be even better. I guess down wouldn't make sense, because it's up behind the library. But either way, that doesn't help at this particular point in time. Let's see, is there another vein hiding in here? Or is it just a lot of coal? A lot of coal. Yeah, so there's one of those examples where that quote-unquote trick doesn't always work. Come on. Get to the shortcuts. Hey Brian, how are you doing? Hopefully your weekend was treating you well. Welcome in. So today we're doing a little bit of copper mining. Well, a good bit of copper mining. And then I'm also going to take a break and go... Oh, interesting. Okay. Come on. Put that in there. I have extra stone, so let's just get rid of this. So then I'm also going to take a stop, and we're going to go to the spawn zone and see about picking up some bees and see what the cost of the wax is. What can I reach? Reach way out. There, that'll do for now. Why this thing, we just came through that other side. Why this isn't showing the tunnels that we built on the minimap, I'm not particularly sure. That should be enough to get us through. Ooh. Ooh, that'd be nice to have a geode that close. I wonder if that's on our level. Should I squirrel? Squirrel? Well, at least I found copper, I guess. So the geode's down below us. Oh well, I got the copper. Where am I? Cave run. Yeah. That's too bad. Oh well. That's not what I'm looking for today. Will this one have a trick at the end of it? Maybe? Maybe? Nope. Oh well. Aw. Sorry to hear that. I appreciate being your backup alternative ASMR for the day. But if you do find another episode of a podcast you like, I don't want to stand in the way of that, but I appreciate that you were willing to drop in. So when you work out, what's your favorite type of workout? I'm wondering if you're into weights, was it a legs day, an arms day, a cardio day? Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That does help. I've talked in the past about procrastinating, and I think that this is a good way to procrastinate. It's all good. Are we back at the... I passed one of the shortcuts. I didn't actually... Cool, that's fine. I'm going to call it a workout, provided that you probably didn't just go for a casual stroll. You probably went for a half-decent clip. So more of a power walk, I guess you could say, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's something that I don't do nearly as much as I should, and it's kind of sad because I have absolutely zero excuse. I mean, we talked about it's ruddy cold outside right now, but I mean, I've either got, snow pants, winter coat, and ice cleats, or there's a treadmill in the other room, and I haven't used either of them in quite some time. So really, there's no excuse. And I appreciate and actually cheer on anybody else who is willing to make themselves do that sort of thing. Provided they don't get obsessive about it, but generally that doesn't tend to happen in the people I know don't tend to have that personality trait of getting obsessive about it. So that's good. So yeah, if you are going for walks, more power to you. Funny thing about a lot of, that's a great time to listen to podcasts and music and stuff. And yet, it's funny because the more podcasts and stuff that people get recommended, the easier it is to end up with a backlog. Oh boy. Okay. How am I going to get around this one? This. I'll take out the top one. No. See, the thing is, I'm at my shortcut, but just. I also don't want to have baddies show up, because I have had times where I'm in the caves, and then I end up with drowns harassing me. Yeah. Ooh. The Star Wars Catalyst, that is, not the ooh, I just found copper. I don't know much about the Star Wars Catalyst. Actually, it's funny. Star Wars was kind of a Fantastic Sherlock Fox thing in our house, and my son got really into it. And then I sort of have to know something about it by extension. That's not drowning. It's not drown. Thank you. I really did mean it when I said I was going to stop. I didn't expect that I was going to be having troubles getting back to... Ah! Okay. Galen Erso is a really interesting character. Yeah. Gin. Spelled different, sounds like the alcoholic drink. Come on. Fine. Put that in there. Yeah. Another block forward, please. This should be right here. What should be the other way? What the heck? There should be no blocks in there. There. If you're gonna push it all, push the correct direction. I'll deal with this another day. Well, thank you very much for the subscription. I really do appreciate that, Brian. Let's see if we can continue making content that you tend to enjoy. Okay, let's find our way out. There we go. There's our way out. Or letting me know that's the end of the wall. And we're going to head on up, start these smelting, and take a run over to spawn. I really should pause and put some stairs in. I mean, that would be sensible. It's not like I don't have enough stone to do it with. Nighttime. Surprise. You can tell that the sound muffler is working well today, because that could be kind of noisy otherwise. Hee. Hello there! Alright. The one thing I need to do is this. Grab a set of torches out of there and put the emergency box ones back. I always color my emergency box red. Just, you know, pure habit, I guess. The other part, let's take this one down. Oh yeah, I can imagine. Why do I have... Huh. I apparently have 2 spare crafting tables. Whatever. Dirt. You can have that. This saves me from having to run all the way out to the other set of boxes, although really I should move those at some point. Alright. Precious box. Nothing needs to go in there. Vines. I only have 1, so let's put that away. Organics. Which one are you in? Nope, not this one. Nope. That's more the mushroom box. And that's the vine box. Perfect. Alright.
Hi there! What a wonderful time for you to drop by. You know, they're just setting up to shoot a scene of our new star, and I'd love to introduce you before they begin.
I have no idea what's going on with this music today. It's supposed to be...
We think this one will not only win every award hands down, but it's just going to win the hearts of people all over the country.
Yeah.
Come on. I want you to meet a great new star.
Yeah, our son's really interested. Our daughter said she wanted to watch it, so we were holding off a little bit for her, but we're getting to the point where we just are going to say, forget it. Your brother wants to watch it, he's going to get to. Tough luck. It's just the way things go, you know? I mean, she didn't want to watch any of the Obi-Wan series either, so I think she loses out by this point. Yeah, stairs. There. Somewhat sane. Was that granite over here? It feels good to actually have a place where things go that's labeled. I mean, I don't have it full yet, and I'm not intending to have it full, but at least it lets me put some somewhere. Gravel. Hey, kitty. Let's see, which one are you? You tailed a thief. Good for you. Dropped a bombshell, and this one was sniff glue. You look like it too, actually. Okay, what else have we got in here? It's funny. I'm more ambivalent about Star Wars than I used to be, and it's odd because I thought I would be more into it because my kids are into it, or at least my son is. But I really surprised myself when I found I wasn't as into it as I thought I'd be. I grew up being a Star Trek fan, and it wasn't necessarily Star Trek over Star Wars. My dad liked Star Wars, but we weren't heavily into that. And then I think because Star Trek was a TV series, that we watched it, you know, over Next Generation. I'm a Next Generation baby, so to speak, because we grew up watching that. And therefore, where is it? No, not that one. And therefore I grew up on Star Trek, but I was never a real nerd for it. I mean, that's allowing for the fact that, yes, I had a costume. Yeah, I dressed up and had, you know, the toys to go with it to make it a bad but full costume and so on. So, I mean, one could argue that's kind of nerdy, but I was never nerdy into it in terms of being able to, you know, tell you all about the ships or all about the uniforms or the characters or whatever, like the trivia stuff. That wasn't my thing. However, I was definitely nerdy enough that I actually, you know, as I said, I did the Halloween costume thing and so on. But then when my kids got into Star Wars, you know, it's the whole, like, Star Wars versus Star Trek. Well, you kind of can't help knowing something about Star Wars if your kids are into it, because they will tell you whether you like it or not. I purposely stopped for that one because I've got text-to-speech in my ear reading to me what you guys say. And it's really kind of interesting to hear what people are thinking about the various different modern takes. I am a, what do you call it, a movie special effects fan. Or just a movie and television special effects fan. So what that means in this context is that I really quite like looking at the hows they do things and how some of these specs turned out, and also looking at what approaches the studios take when they're blending actors or blending stories. So the fact that they're doing, like when they did Obi-Wan, how they managed to bridge between the early Ewan McGregor material and the 1970s Alec Guinness material, because the two are very, very different. In the same sort of way that I kind of wish that the interpretation of Dumbledore in the Harry Potter series would have been a little different when they had the new actor, just because the previous one had passed. I kind of wish that the new interpretation had been a little closer, at least in the first movie, but it wasn't. I mean, they allowed the actor to take on a new sort of interpretation entirely. It wasn't bad, it was just different. But they also switched directors, so I mean, you can't really help it when you've got a directorial changeover in the middle as well. But I'm also a bit of a leave it alone snob, insofar as, say for example, in Star Wars, sure they changed the actor who played Vader to someone different for the younger Anakin Skywalker, but that didn't mean that it was okay in my mind to retroactively change who the Force Ghost was in movie 6. Well, that's one of the other things too, is Star Wars has been, it's one of the ones that's been more notably retconned, and part of the reason I think that it sticks out so much when studios retcon material, I think it sticks out more because they are, because Star Wars was so heavily monitored for a long time, that, as I understand it, LucasArts actually had, and possibly still has, someone whose job it is, day in and day out, to look at monetized materials, whether it be novels, shirts, art, you name it, and their job was just to make sure it fit in the continuum correctly for the Star Wars stories. And so for a long time there was one timeline. One and only one. I don't know specifically, I mean I have a feeling, but I don't know for sure where or who it was that decided to start this whole retconning business that has been continued by Disney, and it might have been Disney themselves that started it. But the point is, it was one of those things where they retconned so hard that you ended up with a timeline split. J.J. Abrams and crew did the same thing when they, in essence, rebooted Star Trek. Because there's sort of the J.J. Abrams timeline, and then the everybody else timeline. Everybody else that came before, and somewhat since. But some of the other material done since has also retconned parts of what had happened in the past to Star Trek. So it's not isolated. I think it's just those are the two more notable instances. But yeah, it's nothing new to retcon stuff. And then in terms of blending previous characters to later characters, I'm really a huge fan in the Harry Potter universe of the Mads Mikkelsen take, pardon me, on, I don't know what I needed. Do I have any?
Sure, kids, go ahead. Oh, thank you.
Pick something groovy, Alex.
Oops. Sorry, I'm just distracted by getting some more lava here. But I do like seeing things change. Like, I'm a huge fan of the Mads Mikkelsen take on on Grindelwald in the Fantastic Beasts series. I quite like his take I kind of wish that he'd been able to be there from the start of the series, but unfortunately that's not the case, for good reason. Oh, well, of course that's not going to do. Yeah. But I... 1, 2, 3, there we go. I actually kind of wish that they'd had him from square one, but obviously that's not the case. I was not a huge fan of the Johnny Depp take on Grindelwald. I did not like that. And I actually preferred, that said, whoever it was that played the... Sorry if my mind's a blank at the moment. Whoever it was that played the character who supposedly who Grindelwald had been masquerading as in the very first Fantastic Beasts movie. I actually liked that actor as well. So, it's just, everybody's got their own take on what they do and don't like in various movie series and for different things. But I find it interesting when they blend characters because of whatever reason. Maybe it's an actor switch for legal reasons, maybe it's an actor switch for image reasons, maybe one of the earlier actors died, that sort of thing, or maybe they're just de-aged. So, like, for example, I have heard a small quantity, not very many, but a small quantity of Potter fans wishing that they had taken the later actors and actresses, like later aged actors and actresses, and de-aged them, sort of like they did with Luke Skywalker for the Mandalorian series. And I'm trying to imagine for myself what on earth, it would have looked like if they had a younger McGonagall, played by Maggie Smith, de-aged. Assuming that she would even go for that. I mean, I have a suspicion that she'd probably tell him to take a hike. But, I just wonder what something like that would look like, and how that character might be played, because every actor and actress, does their own interpretation of a character. They're not trying to be somebody else playing that character. So yeah, that was an interesting twist. That said, because Luke Skywalker showed up so little in the Mandalorian series, I am glad they went that route rather than temporarily getting a different actor, because I think it would have really upset things. I'm going the wrong direction. We're headed to spawn, so I should probably put my normal tools on. Put everything back. Bad habits and all that. Okay. So let's get good stuff. This one and this one. Just more habit than anything else. This can go down there. That's the fortune one, goes in the other room. And I don't need these. Alright. This. I would agree with you. Now, while I have not sat through the entirety of the Solo film, the pieces I did watch, part of the reason I did not watch the entire film was actually for that very reason. Not just that it's synonymous, but I don't think there was enough influence of Ford in the Solo film. Or Ford's caricature, what's the word? Playstyle, I guess? I didn't see enough of that for my taste in there, but to each their own. I'll be honest, I was also same thing with, what's his name? I wish they had a de-aged Billy D. Williams in there as well, because his take on Lando Calrissian was really where it's at for me. I mean, that said, there's quite a lot of people that have said they were not fans of the way that the Lando Calrissian character was brought back in 7, 8, and 9. On the other hand, I could totally buy into what they did with Harrison Ford's Solo in the 7, 8, and 9 movies, even though it was a very different look than the earlier material. I mean, they had the character not change enough that he was pretty much what he'd always been before, and to me that was a little old. Sort of like, you can't handle having any sort of relationship, man. You screw it all up. And when things start going well for you, you freak out and walk away. Maybe the reason that bothered me is because, in all honesty, I have a great relationship with my family, my husband, and so on. But yeah, up to that point, that was sort of what it is. I freaked out and walked away. Okay, so we've seen all these.
Hello.
Oh. That's got pros and cons, Tiz. I'm very glad you checked Twitter. You probably saw the go live notice there. I am the most sus. Okay. Hobo was here. Excellent. I don't know who that's from, and I'm okay with that. Okay. So yeah. Then... Okay, let's start with... I doubt I'll have any extra diamonds to pick up, but might as well check while I'm here. There. Alright. So we have a good turnout, which I'm quite pleased by and surprised. So that's okay. Done. Let's get in here. So not much going on. Let's make sure. Yeah. Twitch is very twitchy. I know it sounds dumb to say that, but it is indeed very twitchy. Now, there will be pretty soon, as soon as I can figure out how to make it happen properly. There will be, in Twitch streams, they will be starting with... Who is that? Oh, efficiency, I need to restock. Okay. There will be, starting streams, a bot that's actually, like, as in Oswin's going to say something about being live, because that will be an advantage for some of the features involved in one of the plugins, or not plugins, sorry, add-ons we've got going for the Vault Hunters biz. But once again, that has a lot to do with the big, if and whatever. It's not meant to be mysterious or anything like that. It's just, for those of you that saw the Twitter, I'm having a bit of a anxiety issue with that one. Oops, let's put it right side up this time. Don't need to be silly. Alright. So we're back and we're headed for bees. Bees and wax. Should have taken a wax inventory before I left. That would have been smart. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to need more than what I've got anyways, so it's not a huge deal. Ice cream shop. Oop. Feels short today. Weird. Bees. There we go. These bees stick around. Please use barrels to recycle bottles. Okay. These ones all... Oh no, those ones don't have names, do they? Okay, good. There were some that had names, which I thought was pretty awesome. Okay, what have we got here? ATM complimentary bee namer machine. Nice. Oops. Yeah, okay. 1 diamond per 2 stacks. That's not bad, actually. That's not bad at all. Let's see. 1 bee nest, 2 to 3 bees, 2 diamonds a nest. Do I really want to do that? Because it's temporary. Actually, I won't be on again here till Thursday, so if I AFK'd in between, that might be reasonable. Let's get some diamonds out to start with. And I just got a random... Oh, gotta put that back. That's not what I want to do. Oh, I know what I did wrong. Okay. Sorry, I'll put it back. Let's deal with that and we'll put it away later. Yeah, I know. Okay, you need to go here. You need to go in there. There we go. That's better. Alright, so we have One bee nest with 2 to 3 bees in it. That should do. I think that's what it said, right? I keep feeling like I'm underpaying. 2 diamonds a nest. Great. That should do the trick. Be enough to seed things. I have flowers galore at the base. That should do the trick. Okay, let's put it out here. And let's put that away. I don't trust losing that, so let's put that away till we get back. Alright. I think that should do the trick. Now let's double check. Where am I here? Oops, no, that's not what I want. Okay. Red copper, wax block of copper. So 1 copper and 1 comb. Okay, good. So it's not blocks of honey, it's just the honeycombs, which I can handle that. Okay, so it's one of those while we're here moments. Let's double check to make sure there's nothing in the mailbox. I'm pretty sure there isn't, but if I don't check, then I won't know. Still love this look with the water wheel. That's pretty sweet. I probably want something like that in my base next season. Yep, going downstairs is so much smoother than hopping up and down things. Nope, nothing here. Nothing to see here. That's cool. Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. Wow, Christmas already. The heck? Oh, this looks weird from that angle. Yay, come out the correct door! Whee! Oh, phooey, it's nighttime. Okay. Let's get to somewhere where I figure I can take off. Zip? Interesting. I still come down pretty hard. That's part of why I needed so much food. Itchy. Free ender pearls. Yeah, it would be. When the ender works, that is. Oh, whoops. I have to get out from the glass first. Oh. I had a silly thing happen to me the other day. I was flying, and I started to look at something on my screen. I don't know, it was OBS or Discord or something, and I flew into my cactus. I was like, they tried to make it idiot-proof, but unfortunately, I managed to find a way around it. Alright, oh, nighttime. I keep forgetting when I'm not using the Lightmatica mod to just shut it off. But unfortunately, it's not one that I can shut off while the game's running. There we go. I would be surprised if Fantastic Charlotte Fox actually had gotten a notification that I was streaming. Or sorry, an intuition that I was streaming. What did I just... Brains. The reason I would be surprised is that, as I understood it, he's on business meetings. So he knows when I'm supposed to start streaming. And half the time he talks to me before, well, more than half, before we start. But sometimes that. Sorry, but sometimes he's just in a meeting and so doesn't have time to deal with that. Okay, this one. Let's go. What's the button? Shoot. Put that there then. This one. So we got home. It's a good start. Alright. It's away. I can extend things. Let's just put that on up here for now. Interesting. Okay, well. They just don't want to come out. While we're doing that, I'll just put this down for a second. I will. Oh, name tags. Why? Oh, so I'm just going to take a look at the farm while we're at it. Iron farm. We should be close enough to keep that thing loaded. Okay, bees. Finally, thank you. Aw, how cute. Okay, now what do I have handy? Silly me. I made a boo-boo. Yeah, where did you go? Did you go back in the same one? Yeah, you did. Not so helpful. Great. Well, let's run over here. Yeah, chicken? Not bad. Heard a buzz, so I'm hoping there's still bees in here. There isn't always, that's the problem. Take that off. Alright. These. These, please. We've got some. Wax. That might cover what we've got right now. That's one. Where's the other one? Come on, you. Anywhere down here? Yes, 2 and 3. Can you please? Thank you. Ooh. Of course I left the shears in the other room. Ugh. Leave that there for now. What are you gonna do? Har har. What are you gonna do now? There are plenty of homes to choose from. What are you gonna do now? Come on, bees. Do something. Alrighty.
Number 3, 10 years ago, was released today from the federal penitentiary after serving 11 years of a centralized sentence. To this day, $250,000 in gold bullion involved in the crime has not been recovered. Most officials doubt the gold can be recovered, pointing out that should the gold be found by traffic, the insurance
Oh, ha 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 ha. Well, that's not gonna help anybody. Okay. Good start, I suppose. Oops. Let's see these. Me. Zzz. Okay, how are we doing over here? One. For now, put these up top. Disorganized, but that's okay. Over there, this over there. It'll work. Come on, bees. stick with me here, please. Bed's obstructed. Come on, bees. Can't breed you unless I get a second one. Come on. I don't believe so. I've never tried, to be honest with you. That would make plenty of sense. Oh, I got baby bees. That's not gonna work. Sorry. I want to make sure that they're completely out, and then I'll take this other hive down. Interesting how the little ones start to get to work too. Okay. Nobody's here, right? Right? Okay. We will find out whether or not there was a fourth bee in here. I would be very sorry if it was. Nope, there wasn't. Mess cleaned up. Yay! Alright, so in theory, I have bees in here. In theory. Alright. This is a ruddy mess. I really don't like these two talls. But I figured I would just throw them in wherever I could. To overflower the place. It's fine. As some say, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I think I'm gonna do is clean out all the wax. Just so that I know I'm starting with nothing. Get this one. So this afternoon is going... This afternoon for B, it won't be for you. Because for me now it's only 10 minutes before noon. So, the second stream today is going to be Java Bingo, and as we have been the last few weeks, I'm going to play it so that we've got a couple of cards going for the length of the stream. So, depending how quickly we get going, will affect the length of the card. And... Oh, I don't want to do that. So how quickly we get going affects the length of the card that we've got to play. And then we'll just see how many items we can get going at that point. Hello, are you guys all full size? No, you're not. This one, you're not ready to breed yet either. Okay, you guys can go away and do your thing. But that's how we're going to play it, is we'll see how many items we can get towards the blackout direction. And I will do my best not to cherry pick the card, but there are a few complete exceptions to that. For example, I will not be putting up with more than one dungeon item on the list. Just because we could pick them up in other places, but I'm not a fan of dungeons. They tend to kill me a lot. I guess the aim by doing it that way is to continue to get good and or get better. So we'll have to see what happens. And then in the meantime, I'll be trying to sort out the anxiety attack I had earlier over the Vault Hunter stuff and see if I can calm myself down. And then if that's a go, then Wednesday will probably convert to being fully Vault Hunters because I am that excited. I still like Planet Zoo. It will pop up from time to time on Wednesdays or potentially other weird days. But I'm just quite excited to get this Vault Hunters business on the road because there is some element of getting vanilla out of the way before you can do a whole lot in Vault Hunters. Not a ton, but I mean, there's some stuff that needs to be done. I need to find the right iron to start, like it's a special type of block they've created for the game to start everything rolling. And so I need to do that. But I need to figure out, basically because I'm on an SMP, I actually haven't clarified what the rules are in terms of what's our community, what's not. I just didn't jump on when the thing was released on Sunday and get to be a part of that. So I need to really figure that end out. The other part is I need to learn the culture because it's an SMP I've never worked with before, so I'm still learning a lot about the people. And that's going to take time in itself. I think I've got all the income out of here. I think I did. Nothing made me suddenly think I hadn't. No, I did. Okay. So it used to be a farm that did honey as well as doing bees. That's why it was hives on one side and boxes on the other side. But as you saw with me putting the shears in, I intentionally converted it over to being exclusively wax for now because I wasn't using the regular honey for much. And after the bees despawned, I just got frustrated. So since the regular honey seems to have not a whole lot of use for me at the moment, then we might as well go with extra wax. And yeah, that's about it. 1, 2, let's see if we can breed up a couple more. Are you guys ready to breed yet? Are you breedables? Yes, maybe, maybe? Oh, yep, where's the other one? This one. You two, I need another baby. Baby? Oh, here we go. Teeny tiny bee. I didn't realize there was 3 sizes of bees. I thought there was only 2, the little one and the big one, but there seems to be almost like a teenager bee, this smaller one here. That's sort of neat. It is funny though, sometimes how they still, even without a flower in my hand, they still seem to cluster around the player from time to time. I know I have a lot of flowers here, but it's almost like they're standing around going, hey you, what are you doing here? What are you here for? It's also interesting how the younger bees seem to be slower at figuring out what they want to do. Sometimes I have had bees get trapped in the back. So another thing I probably should do is to, once I've breeded up enough of the bees that I can get a couple of hives of extras and just put them away, then I should probably get glass and just block in these sides so all the redstone area is completely inaccessible by the bees. Because I like the way it looks with the glass up top. And part of the reason I built the bee farm was not just for the bees. It's also that I was referencing Sherlock Holmes. So yeah, it's an interesting piece on that one. So I will be curious to know, one of the things that I've been talking about off and on, a little bit with the mods and sometimes with just Fantastic Truck Box, talking about whether or not it might be worth it for me to spin up a Discord, not necessarily to add yet another one, but I think we could use some things like some mod channels and a place for me to brain dump when I've got a lot of screenshots of what I've been working on and so on. So I think that's likely to happen. Beware or to look for that in the future, but it's completely and utterly optional as with everything else. So yeah. I was just hoping to see the bees one more time before I disappeared, but that may not be likely. They're taking their sweet time. Nobody knows what bee hours are, right? I mean, they go to bed at night just like everything else does. Alright. Come on, guys. I'm hoping to get you bred up enough that I can put the other hive up there. And... oh, there's 2. Okay. I heard a slice sound, so that's good news. Okay. If you go back here, then I will put you away. If not, then we'll just cross our fingers. Yep, I got some more honeycomb. Yay! Happy, happy. That sounds silly, but it's true. I'm happy. Alright. So, yeah. That's where we're going. Now, while I'm here, let's take a quick look and see, is there anybody or anything? That work? Oh, maybe. Big I was looking to see who's live for today. Not trusting my stream deck at the moment. For some reason, its report of who is or isn't live is a little out to lunch at the moment. Okay. Not much just yet, so I think I'm a little early, which is fine. There we go. Okay. I'm also just very distractible and very excited today, just to try and get something on the go. I need to go in and set up the Lightmatica for the statue that we'll be doing, so we can actually wax up this copper that we've been working on. Oops. And I heard the pop, and I didn't pay attention to where they went, so that's not good. You might be in there.
Well, I guess it's time to put our songs away for another day and to say so long to all you nice
Okay.
people out there.
Wow. Alright, just about nighttime. What have we got for flowers in here? 26, that'll work. Alrighty, can we get one more bee, please? We'd just like at least 2 to go in that box. I have backups and emergencies and, you know, all that jazz. Riveting content! Yes, indeed. Okay, so we did a little bit of caves today. Cave layers. 3. There we go. Not much. Just a little bit of back and forth at the bottom. Took a little longer because down in this section just south of us down here, we got ourselves kind of mired in whatever is going on in there as a cave. And then going this other direction over here, we got mired again. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Oh, there was something. And then I almost found a geode, but I have to go down further to find it. So what I'm going to do as well is, in between episodes here, as you can see I've got lines, vertical lines that go across. Those are our shortcuts. Get back, I need to complete the mistake I made at the bottom, and then add at least one more on the left-hand side, close to where we are, sort of just below me, just to make it a little easier to jump in and out of the mines, and then we can do stuff below that, because if I take a look here a little deeper, we've got cancel. We've got much more spaghetti cave availability. Cancel. I don't want to have another. Thank you. So yeah, that's some stuff that we can look forward to. And that's about the size of it. She wrote. Okay, I'm hearing bees, but no pops. 9 o'clock. Let's sleep. Two. Nope, I just made them grow. Oh well. All right. Bees, one. So it looks like I'll be doing a little bit of AFK work. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. But I'll be hanging out for a little while, breeding up some bees, and getting them to do their thing. And yeah, hopefully everything will go well. We will see you this evening. Now, let's just double check one more time, just to see a little bit early. But I have bit of an anxiety over. Actually, I had the diamonds. Let's just head outside. Not enough diamonds for it. I can go buy some more if I have to. All right, where are we here? This one. One more flower. A little bit of iron. Yeah, I over-engineered the farm. Can you tell? Just a little. Every once in a while I go like this, and then I back up at nighttime, just so that the farm, the guys can sleep, because otherwise they're freaked out all night. By the way, if anybody's ever making an iron farm in Java with using this mechanic with the guy in the middle, do yourselves a favor. Do not drown him. The reason I say that is because to me it just seems that they're a lot noisier. I mean, the frequency of sounds is increased. So yeah. All right, we've got enough going on. Let's just head back to base and see where we're at. You know what I should have done? That makes no sense. Okay. Back and forth, back and forth. Should probably take that, what I do have of the bees, not the bees, sorry, the wax with me. So that, ooh, there's a bee here. Yay! I should probably take that wax with me so that I can wax up the other copper. Why don't we make you grow? Enjoy. And we'll give you some too. Sure. There, now you can leave me alone. Alright. You can buzz off. Alright. This one. There we go. You're not getting out the door, sorry. Apparently neither am I.
You're in charge now, Lieutenant. Yeah, yes I am. No, yes sir. Back up the car, gather radio.
Alrighty.
No coroner's gotta make another trip on.
Let's check and see. So I've got a cat, apparently, who's in the way. Okay. So we've got just shy, it's about 3 slots shy. Nope, so we're below in copper the amount of wax we already have. So that's, I guess, good news, maybe? I don't know. Is that all smelt through already? Nope, I ran out of... Uh-huh. This one. That would have made sense, right? Okay, this... How close are we? Yeah, that only got me another 51 blocks. We're still nowhere near the amount of wax we have, which is... Now I know project for Thursday. So Thursday, one of the things we will be doing is moving the lava farm in here because it does not produce fast enough as it is when it's over here. And I suspect that might have something to do with the bees vanishing as well. Just things not staying loaded. Yeah, gives me something to do, right? Alrighty, so that's where we're at. What was I doing? I came in for some reason. I cannot remember. Oh well. Tools and armor is over here. Weapons and armor? Well, close enough. Close enough. Alright, and then the other thing we can do on Thursday is like moving the one piece over, hopefully not burning ourselves in the lava, and look at turning the zombie farm into... Zombie farm? Yes. The zombie spawner into a farm. That's a possibility. So that could work as well. Okay, so... Oops, that's not what I want. Let's just take one row of this, and one row of this, or not. this, I said. There we go. And we'll make ourselves some wax copper so that at least we're making progress. That. This way. Excellent. Now we have 9 stacks of waxed copper. Excellent! Waxed, waxed, waxed. Perfect. Alright. Good place to start anyways. Yes. Excellent. So we've got a little bit of progress made, not a whole ton. And I will get everything sorted out. So put together the light matica for the actual statue and start building it in bits and pieces as materials work, or as materials are required. That's the word. Check on those bees, see how they're doing, and get them all bred up so we can get this wax going a little faster. And we're obviously going to need to do a bit more copper mining, but we will do our best to not make that all of every stream. And then we will see if we can find somebody. Ooh, whoops. There we go, that's a little better. See if we can find somebody else to pass you off to so that you guys can have yourselves a great day as usual. Not much going on at the moment. So I think we're going to head over to the local brick shop, even though that's not necessarily what we're up to. Actually, let's just see what else we've got. Following categories. Minecraft. There's enough viewers that I should be able to find somebody interesting. Wow. Okay. Spell today? No. Oh, okay. Apparently if you put the word family in, it doesn't apply unless you actually put in family friendly as all one word. Let's see. We will... I think we're going to drop in on Minecraft Mom. Yeah. Minecraft Mom 82. Because she's marked as family friendly. And she's doing some terraforming and some maze building and so forth. And that sounds like it might be right up our alley. Since she's been playing for about 7 years. So I think that'll be a great place to go. We'll just surprise them with a raid and head on over there. Alright, so let's see if I can do this right. /raid Minecraft 82. I think that's what I'm looking for. I think that's my best bet. So there's no one else I recognize at the moment who's live. Alright, actually... Oh, wrong one. No problem. No problem at all. Okay, yeah, so I still think Minecraft Mom is probably the best one to work with. So sorry for the complete distraction. So we're going to read someone we're not familiar with. Just before we do that, though, I'm going to head off to the end screen so everybody can see the credits. And I can drop my thank yous very much to people like Zeroed for being a new follower, Brian for dropping in and we haven't seen you around for a little while, Fantastic Sherlock Fox for helping with the modding, as well as Benson for coming by and helping with the modding, and Tiz for coming in and saying hello as well. So hopefully we'll get everything sorted out fairly soon, and as usual, please do give our best to Minecraft Mom. I will drop in for a while and see how things are going, but I will see you guys this evening for some bingo. So have yourselves a fantastic day. If you need to, the raid messages are on the screen. Top ones for subs and the bottom ones for everybody else, or use whatever emotes you like. In other words, let's get back to the part that we were used to and have yourselves a fantastic day. Bye-bye for now.
Transfer complete.